Thanks for staying tuned. Well, earlier this year, Delta State unveiled a whistleblower policy designed to expose substandard projects and financial misconduct. Observers and analysts alike believe it's one of the boldest steps yet in promoting transparency and restoring public trust. Under this policy, citizens can now confidentially report any misuse of funds, poor project execution, or corruption using a dedicated line managed by the state ministry. Well, supporters hail it as a milestone for integrity in governance, but others are asking, can the culture of silence be truly broken without fear of victimization? How effectively can these channels be trusted? And when reports are made, can those who volunteer these information rest assured that they have not just wasted their time pushing for an accountability that will only be swept under the carpet? Well, to help us lay bare the thinking behind the policy, its safeguards, and what results to expect, we're joined by Executive Assistant to the Delta State Governor on Policies, Projects, and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Olisa Ifeajika. Joins us virtually. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Good afternoon, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ifeajika.
Well, the government instituted this policy far back in February 2025, and it hopes at ensuring that it takes care of issues regarding transparency, making sure that government policies are carried out to the letter. Now, would you tell me, and of course the viewers, regarding what was really, what informed this move by the government? Is it that you were able to spot issues when we talk about oversight of governance and activities of government that really needed to be checked for effectiveness and its ability to carry out and interpret the visions of government effectively? What led to this policy of whistleblower?
Thank you very much, my brother. First is that's the kernel of it all, is the quest for having value for money. In this case, we're talking about government expenditure, that you budgeted money for some projects of basic infrastructure. An intention for providing funds for all this is to ensure that what you have done today will endure for a long time. You won't go back to repeat. You move on to other projects. In other words, the money you're going to spend, there must be value for it for citizens. And that is all the sense that you find that when a project has started, the governor of the state or government officials, as the case may be, go out there to inspect whether the jobs are being done the way they are intended. That is all the sense. And because while the inspection is done, of course, you know why, to be sure that the way the job was contemplated is the way that the contractor, whoever is handling, is carrying on. That's what it says. From inspection, definitely, there are some projects you find that the jobs are not being done well. Governor or whoever is the government official inspecting will find those things that are not right and point it out to the contractor. The work that are being done well, the governor in this case will say, oh, you are doing well, please continue in the stead you are doing it and ensure that you deliver on time. And having found out that some are not being properly done, and to ensure that everybody is carried along in ensuring that these projects are done properly, the governor came up with that idea of this whistleblowing. The essence of whistleblowing, because these projects are sited in communities, in environments, and they are meant for the use of the people at the end of the day. Governor has said, I cannot be everywhere as governor. The commissioners and other government officials cannot be everywhere. But because these projects, whether in the health sector, in education, on roads and all that, they are made for the people. So you ask people to be part of the inspection chain, the inspection process. Please, these projects are meant for you, for everybody. Be part of it. I will not be here every day to come and check whether the contractors are doing it well. Go there and be seeing it. And because you cannot come to Asaba, the headquarters of the state, to report whatever you have found, use this telephone number. You are not a whistleblower, positive one at that. Please let us know when you discover that some jobs are not being done properly. If they are shoddy or a contractor not on site for some period, let us know. So the only sense is to ensure that the citizens, they get value for money.
All right.
For the projects that government is doing for them.
All right, Mr. Olisa Ifeajika, how effective has this policy been since it was launched in, I think, February 2025? How effective has it been?
Very, very effective. I must tell you, if you are following what we've been doing, since the governor came up with this policy, when he introduced this wonderful idea, the rate at which he was going for inspections has reduced somehow. People may not observe, but it has reduced somehow because we are beginning to gain from the whistleblowing exercise. There are people now calling discreetly to say, we found this, we found that, and right from the governor's office, actions are taken to ensure that the right things are being done. So the essence of government officials running to sites that are very, some are in areas where that are really hard to reach. Some of these projects are there. They with the whistleblowing window, actions are being taken and governance is beautiful.
All right.
We're enjoying the game already.
Okay, Mr. Ifeajika, well, can you walk us through some of those steps that you feel an ordinary citizen can take? Say a teacher in Delta State or a trader in the market who has something to say but does not know the steps to take towards tendering their reports. And how assured are these citizens of confidentiality and not being sufferers of a witch hunt?
This is a public ownership. The infrastructure in the state is owned by everybody, not just government, owned by everybody. So everybody is a stakeholder. The telephone numbers are open, they're free, they're not everybody. I can read it out now for those who care to have it. So they're at liberty. Whoever has any information for government that will enhance good governance, they're at liberty to make these calls. And I will assure them that nobody will be victimized, the confidence is kept always that nobody will give out anybody's name for offering developmental information that will make for good governance, information that will ensure that what government puts in there, the rewards come, the gains come, positive. Everybody is a win-win situation for everybody. The market woman, if there's a project behind the market where a woman is selling, and she finds in her own understanding of what it should be, and finds that something is wrong with the project, it's not being done, or for 1 month or that, because in this state, for every project that the government approves and a contract is awarded, the contractors mobilize 40% to go and start work. And for every certificate issued on any project, 5 days of the week, that certificate is paid. So at all times, the contractor has money to work. So when you don't find contractor at site, please blow the whistle. If for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, your environment, blow the whistle. There must be explanation why the contractor is not at site. But the good thing for the residents is to say, we have found this, or this job is being done shoddily. And so far, it's been wonderful. The gates are there, and everybody that uses this window of whistleblowing has the confidence of the state, and confidentiality is there. Nobody is being witch-hunted at all, and nobody can be witch-hunted.
All right, Mr. Olisa, from your observation, do you think that this system has actually, promoted discouraged the misuse of public funds and also promoted quality, production of this construction work?
Yeah, I said so a while ago. Yeah, it does. It does. Reasonably, it does. Because even the contractors themselves, they now know that there is this check on them. They won't wait for when they hear that the governor is coming on a particular day to come and inspect, and they go put this right. They don't even know which resident in the area where the project decided is going to go check. They don't know. So the contractors now are careful. They are doing what is right. Everybody's like competition. who is doing better. It's a race now that everybody is conscious of. And like I said, it's a win-win situation for government. Contractors are being well paid and they are delivering to specifications. Let me add here that some government officials who are found to looking the other way when something wrong was being done, they be reprimanded. They be reprimanded. Recently, to have some cases like that. Engineers demoted, some other sanctions. So everybody is careful. And the whole essence is to have value for money government spending in providing infrastructure. And it's well for us.
All right, Mr. Ifeajika. Well, the whistleblower policy of the federal government across Nigeria now, the policy of 2016, actually ensured that billions were recovered, but eventually it began losing steam. What lessons did Delta State government learn from the federal level whistleblower policy? And what safeguards have you put in place towards ensuring that Delta does not suffer the same fate that the national suffered when we talk about whistleblowing?
Yes, we always pride ourselves in Delta as we brave the trail always, and our style is different. Our style is different because everybody is involved in this. All hands on deck. Governor came public to say, look, these projects are ours, not that of the Sheriff of Borough, not for him, not for the Commissioner for Works, not for anybody, it's for every Delta. Please, it is not intended to punish anybody. It's intended to ensure that we have good jobs done. So that what we're providing today will endure for a very long time. Not for us to do one today and next month we're going back to it to spend additional money. No. Let it be such that once we're done with it, we move on to other ones. That's all essence that in Delta, everybody has embraced it and is working for us, and we hope that it will endure for a very long time. It becomes part of our system in Delta that people around areas where projects are incited in whatever form, be it policy, and there are wrongdoings that are spotted, let the government know, and whatever action government is going to take is going to be in the interest of the people. And that's why everybody is embracing, and we're hoping that it will endure and become part and parcel of governance system in Delta State. It's not like the federal government type. I don't know how I can say they run it at ground. I wouldn't know why it happened that way, but in Delta, because all of us are interested in it, all of us are involved, it is working and it will continue to work by the grace of God.
How do you motivate your citizens in Delta State to embody this initiative and take it seriously? The federal government initiative laid out some sort of reward system to give back to the citizen who volunteers information. Is Delta State adopting that model, or is it different?
No. Some of the ones by federal government are like bounties, where for a particular case, maybe criminals are needed for something, suspected criminals, are being, they're looking for them. They now put some bounty. If you do the blow the whistle, this is what comes to you and all that. For other purposes, this one is general. Infrastructure being provided for Deltans in all sectors of the economy.
Lisa,
this is meant for you. I'm going to say that that particular government, some of them, they're not coordinated to that from the president. In our own case, we have said that the number we will talk to is in the governor's office. That's what the number is. It's coordinated from the government house of Delta State, and it's for everybody. But for those other ones that are run for federal government, I'm sure they are run for different departments and agencies, depending on what the focus is. But here, it borders on the provision of infrastructure. All
right, Mr. Olisa.
All sectors of the state. So everybody's involved for medical services, for education, for sports, for transport, for roads, for everything. Whatever government is investing money in, whoever is around there, please check and be sure that the things are being done right.
All right, Mr.
won't
Lisa.
support any.
Mr. Lisa, please, what measures are the state government put in place to ensure the sustainability of this policy beyond this particular administration?
That's what I'm saying. They say in some local parlance that it is that good name that human beings bear with animals. That's why somebody can say my son is a tiger, my son is evil, and all of that, because those names are good. If this policy that the government has put in place, Governor Sheriff Obowo has put it in place, and everybody has lauded it as wonderful, I am sure that after his tenure, successive governments will take it up because it's fine. It is working, and hope that it will continue to work. It's not about a criminal being a wanted person. Please, when you give us information about this person, you have this as an incentive, and it ends after that. No, it's about, like I said, it's about infrastructure. It's about development of environment called Delta. It's about the landscape of the state that government is spending money to make it fine for everybody. So anywhere along the line, things are being done to truncate it or to make it look as if government is not doing anything, let the government know.
All right.
The government, even you and I, whoever is involved, that they make the call. Maybe I go to my community today and one old person around says, see what I've spotted. The person is already in the chain of that inspection. And it is cascaded up to say something in a particular community is not being done well. Maybe a health center or a school, primary or secondary or whatever. The government now takes action. The whole thing is that every project, every infrastructure provided is done well, is such that it is solid, that will endure for a very, very long time. And we are convinced that every well-meaning Delta will embrace it so that all of us will be happy for it.
Mr. Ifeajika, a terrific analogy there. But then critics still worry that there could be risks of false reports or personal vendetta. Now, how is the federal government, the state government in Delta State ensuring that its verification system is solid enough to sieve through these information that come in on a daily basis, ensuring that it is able to verify which one is correct and which isn't?
No, this is a practical, like projects. Projects are tangible; they are there for people to see. So if a whistleblower says that a particular road project, for instance, and that the contractor didn't use asphalt, didn't apply, didn't deploy that component of road construction, and it's known, the government wouldn't just take action on the contractor. The government has a mechanism of going to monitor to verify whether this information that this whistleblower has given is true. They will go. It is verifiable. It is open.
So it's restricted to just road construction, or this whistleblower policy is restricted to just road construction or tangible projects and that's upon.
Every infrastructure, not just road. I talked about health sector, hospitals, health centers and all that, in schools, primary, secondary, tertiary. It goes across every sector where government is providing infrastructure, which is even extended to the public service, where the head of service came out. There's a number in the office of the head of service talking about public service. If public servants are extorting money from people and they're encouraged to blow the whistle, or some officers are making others do the wrong thing, coercing them to do the wrong thing against the laws and regulations of public service, they are at liberty to blow the whistle. Those ones will be investigated. All the intention is to make sure that we have sanity in our public service, everybody complies with all the rules are, so that the governance will be fine in Delta State.
Mr. Ifeajika, we'll let you go in just 30 seconds, but 9 months into this whistleblower policy, what physical and tangible successes have been recorded thus far?
I said so earlier, it's been wonderful. It's been a win-win situation, because when this whistleblower, they're not happy. People are happy that they're part of the inspection team, because when the governor goes to a particular place once, he may not have time to go back there quickly. People now take the necessary steps of inspecting those processes and reporting back. It has helped so much. I can't give you the number now. The what the number is close to our chest, but all I can tell you now that it is working for us.
Thank you very much, Executive Assistant.
Mileage from it, and we're happy.
Executive Assistant to the Delta State Governor. Thank you very much, Executive Assistant to the Delta State Governor on Policies, Projects, and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Olisa Ifeajika, for speaking to us on Niger Delta today. We appreciate your views.
Thank you so much for having me, my brother.
Thank you for your time.